Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. Now the Alouettes are off to one of their worst seasons ever, but John Bowman continues to play impressively. He is one player who is used to overcoming challenges and who has also adapted pretty well to Montreal, as our Kelly Greig found out.
Ferocious John Bowman.
On the field, John Bowman is a force to be reckoned with. As Montreal's premier defensive end, it's his job to terrorize quarterbacks across the league.
The veteran, sack master.
It's hard to believe that before he signed with the Alouettes in 2006, the CFL seemed a world away.
Do you remember what your first impression was when you got to this city and what you experienced?
It was very typical Southern guy. You know, the guy called me, he's like, "We want you to come play in Canada." I was like, man, no, it snows up there all year round. I'm not coming up there. And I got on the plane. I had on a winter coat, boots, jeans, a toque, and this is May.
If Bowman thought arriving in Montreal was difficult, simply getting to play football was a journey in itself. Although he's a star now, it's the story behind the stats that truly makes Bowman stand out.
Well, despite not looking at the numbers, you must know that you hold the franchise record for sacks for the Montreal Alouettes. What's that like to have that title?
I mean, at first I was like, when it happened last year, I was blown away because my steps to get here were rough. You know, nobody gave me a fair shake ever. I had 6 brothers and sisters growing up, and my mother and her twin sister, she had 3 kids. So we grew up in a 2-bedroom household in Brooklyn, New York. Not a lot of food, not a lot of money, you know, no clothes, you know, not a lot of things given to me. You know, my mother and her sister, my aunt, they were on drugs. So growing up seeing that it kind of motivated me in a different way. Like I didn't want to go down that same road. And then life changed for me. I moved to North Carolina, and I moved to a place, it was one stoplight. They still had a drive-in movie theaters. The biggest thing was Walmart.
Moving to North Carolina brought new beginnings for Bowman, including a new athletic passion.
Growing up, I didn't play football, I played basketball and handball. So when I first moved to North Carolina, I've seen football before, but I'd never seen it live and in person. I'm like, this looks dumb. Like, why are people just running into each other? And this is in junior high school, and I was like, I would never play football. So I tried out for the basketball team. I didn't make it. And I tried out for the baseball team, but I realized I was scared of the ball, so I never did that again. So I tried out for football my 10th grade year, but I ended up being pretty good, and I got a scholarship to a Division II school.
It's set. John Bowman comes right in.
Being pretty good is an understatement. Bowman leads the team in sacks this season. Since 2008, he's recorded at least 30 defensive tackles per season, proving he's one of the most dangerous defensive players in the league.
So obviously you're this hugely explosive player on the field, but how do you get pumped up before a game? What pumps up John Bowman?
Well, it's a process because I have stages of my hypeness, my crunkness to get before the game. I listen to Johnny Cash. Everybody laughs at me.
Johnny Cash?
Johnny Cash. He has some songs that just get you turned up, to me personally anyway. And I just feel good, and I listen to him, I sing it loud, and everybody's like, "Shut up, Bowman," and that's my process.
That process has led him to being a household name for Alouettes fans.
Would you have ever expected when you were a child that you would end up where you are now?
Never, never, ever. To us, Montreal was across the world. Canada was across the world for us. I didn't know about Canada until 2005, 2006. So to say I've exceeded my goals of what I wanted to be as an athlete is an understatement. I never thought in a million years I'd be up in Montreal, and I just starting to learn French now.
Can you speak a little?
Je suis John Bowman.
Hey, that's pretty good.
That's good.
You fit right in.
No matter what language you know, tackles like this speak for themselves. With 2 years left on his contract, Bowman has turned Montreal from being across the world to his own backyard.